So this is Baltilak from Mechanical Engineering Department. The subject is unconventional machining process. The subject code is ME8073. So let me move on to the subject. So this is a lesser plan, subject code ME8073, unconventional machining process. The topic is Introduction to Unconventional Machining Process. So these are all the topics present in the first unit of unconventional machining process, like water jet machining, working principle, abrasive jet machining, then ultrasonic machining. So all those topics are involved in the introduction to unconventional machining process. So let me discuss one by one. So this is a revised Bloom's taxonomy, the object oriented learning format. So the topic is introduction to unconventional machining process. The course objective is to learn about various unconventional machining process. This is the first topic in the unconventional machining process, right? So here we have to discuss about the general objective. The students can able to understand the various modern machining process. In that specific topic, we have to study the need of the unconventional machining process, then classification, and understand the merits and demerits of unconventional machining process. They also know about the applications. Right. Depends upon the course outcome. So the students can able to compare the various machining process according to the source of energy. That is thermal energy sources, mechanical energy sources, and different electrical energy sources and different type of sources. Here we are going to discuss about the overview of the unconventional or nothing but a non-traditional machining process. The knowledge dimension versus cognitive level. This subject is most probably the application and the first cognitive level. The level of understanding is remember and understand. So the basic concept about the machining process is very important. So these are all the topic we are going to discuss about the introduction to unconventional machining process, need of UCMP, classification of UCMP and advantages of UCMP, how it is differ from the conventional traditional machining process. Let me discuss the concept map for the first topic, that is introduction to machining process. Here how the material that is machining process is classified. The classification is based upon the energy sources, that is mechanical energy sources, then thermal and electrical energy sources, and then chemical and electrochemical energy sources. What all the machining process comes under the mechanical energy processes? Abrasive jet machining, water jet machining, and then ultrasonic machining. These are all the process comes under the mechanical energy source. And then thermal and electrical energy based process are like electrical discharge machining, then wire cut EDM, then laser beam machining, plasma arc machining. These are all the machining process comes under the thermal and electrical energy based process. Then another classification is chemical and electrochemical energy based process. Here what all the machining processes are? Chemical, electrochemical, then electrochemical grinding, then electrochemical honing. These are all the process comes under the chemical and electrochemical machining process. Okay. So here the material removal process, material removal rate is very important. Let me discuss about the material removal process. What all the application, what all the machining process comes under different category. Right. In traditional machining process, there is two process, cutting and mechanical abrasion. These are all the things are done in so far. For the invention of new material, we are going for the non-conventional machining process, that is non-traditional machining process. The traditional machining process, we are having the cutting processes like turning, boring, drilling. So all those things are comes under the cutting process. Then various shapes like milling, plane, grinding, broaching. So all those things comes under the cutting process. Then mechanical abrasion process is like a polishing process, like bonded abrasives and loose abrasives used in the grinding wheel. Okay, from that we can do the polishing process. So entirely it is differ from the traditional machining process, that is non-traditional one. I broadly classified the non-traditional machining process based upon the energy sources. So how the conventional traditional machining process works? So the disposal and recycling rate of that conventional machining process is high. So why we are prefer that non-traditional machining process? What is the need of that non-traditional machining process? We will discuss one by one. So this is the example. What is the process done by the cutting process? Machining by cutting. Then machining by abrasion, the example for the machining by abrasion is grinding process, that is used for polishing, polishing the surfaces, that is the very important process involved in the abrasion, that is machining by abrasion. So why we prefer the non-traditional machining processes? The important thing is the invention of new material. So the hardness and everything is increased. So that's why we are go for non-traditional machining process. So in the absence of there is no that is elements in the machining process. Yes, need of the unconventional machining process, very high hardness and strength of the material. So greatly improved thermal, mechanical and chemical properties of modern materials, not able to machine through the conventional method. For that only we can go for the unconventional machining process, like ceramics and composite materials are introduced. So what is the benefit of this non-conventional machining processes? There is the stress, internal stress produced in the material is avoided. There is no contact between the tool and workpiece. That is a very important thing involved in the unconventional machining process. So the workpiece is too flexible to support the cutting or grinding process. So surface finish and tolerance are also getting increased. So this is a classification of UCMP based upon the energy, like mechanical, thermal and chemical and electrochemical, already I discussed. Likewise, the mechanical energy based process, here the main the tool is abrasion. By using that abrasive material, we can remove the material in the workpiece. Then same thing in the water jet machining. Water is used as a cutting tool material. How the water is acting as a cutting tool material. So that is the different topic. So the pressure rate of the fluid will be increased by introducing the turbulence nozzle. So the mechanical energy based process, like ultrasonic machining process, water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining, these are all the topics under the mechanical energy based. So this is a thermal energy based process, like EDM, EBM, LBM, then PBM and IBM. So what is the meaning of that? EDM is electric discharge machining, then electro beam machining, then laser beam machining, then plasma beam machining and iron beam machining. So these are all the abbreviation for the EDM and up to IBM. So what is the transaction occurs there? So what is the discharge of electrons or discharge of plasma? That will be the main things involved in the thermal machining process. Then only the material removal rate will be taken place. So like this is a chemical and electrochemical machining process. How the transaction will be there is like ions, discharge of ions, that is very important here. The discharge of how the discharge of ion occurs in the chemical and electrochemical process. So based upon the etching, the chemical reagent or chemical solvent involved in the process, then the material removal rate will be taken place. Yes. So what is the advantages of the unconventional machining processes? It is increases the productivity, it reduces number of rejected components, close tolerance may be occur, the tool material need not be harder than the workpiece material. This is a very important thing involved in that. Harder and difficult to machine material can be machined by using this process. The machine do not have any residual stress, already discussed there. The residual stress is avoided in the unconventional machining process, right? So these are the assignment question as per the Anna University. What all the question may be asked in the university examination? What is the reason for the development of unconventional machining process? Then classification of modern machining process, and list out the unconventional machining process which uses the thermal and heat energy. So these are all the questions asked in the university. Okay. Then these are all the simulative questions asked in the university examination, like what is the need, then requirement, what is the type of energy used, then comparison and the important factors. These are all the questions may be asked in the university examination. So what is the quiz here? So what is the mechanical energy process occur there? So right. So these are all the questions may be asked for a MCQ. Thank you.